Hi there, and welcome to Bustthenet. Yes, this is the FM Tactics Show. This is the show where you and me, well, we'll work together. We'll try and create a tactic, and we'll use it to get Gloucester City as high up the table as we can go. Now, this is what I like to call the FM Tactics Show, where you submit your tactics and we use them at Gloucester City. Sometimes I make tweaks, sometimes I adapt the tactics, sometimes I try something different, sometimes I get inspired. And I was inspired by Adam Pabani's 433 Mauricio Sarri replication. It made me think, it made me do my homework. It's been a long time since I've done a replication. I think the last replication was Leicester City's replication. I also did one for Atletico Madrid. Oh yeah, and I did one for Chelsea. And I did one for Arsenal and one for Liverpool. Yeah, there's quite a few replications that I've done. Well, on this show, we sometimes try and do replications, but there's a lot of work because tactics, with different players, they play differently. Even for Napoli, observers of the match know that there are certain configurations, even, there are certain players they don't play with. There are certain combinations in midfield that are specific to Napoli. And if a player is not available, they change. And up front, we've got Milik. Now we had Gonzalo Higuain, then we had Mertens. So the tactic does play out differently. So you may have watched the game, and I may have watched the game, and we probably didn't watch the same game. The game could have looked different. Here we want to try and, when it comes to replications, no two games are ever the same. Approaches can be different because you will find that coaches always talking, especially coaches like Sarri, and different coaches. They when they approach games, they adapt. They're reactive coaches. They look at the situation and they need to make a change. They'll make a change. Now, for our replication, well, my insignia position could have been an inside forward. It could have been AP, but I chose one. Remember that we have to fit it to my players. Doesn't necessarily mean that the roles and duties, some people might think that a role and duty, but he doesn't play as that in real life. I'm like, how would you know? Did you ask him? It's like, I'm sure if you go to a game and you ask Jurgen Klopp, are you playing Lallana as a box-to-box midfielder, or are you playing him as a central midfielder on an attacking duty? No, I'm sure you're playing him as an attacking playmaker. I think Klopp is going to look at you and go like, what the hell are you talking about? So here in the game, I look at play instructions to try and see what they're doing. We try to use roles that closely resemble what they're doing in real life. And that's my goal when it comes to replication. Naturally, it won't be the same as everybody else, but what I'm going for is trying to match what they do in real life in terms of key pass combinations, heat maps, the kind of where the goals are coming from. So that's what I'm aiming for. And the movements, like they have a heavier left flank than a right flank, right? So they have a creative left flank. On the right flank, we got decoy runs. On the left flank, we've got overloads. We've got Gulam on the left flank. In one match, he had 6 crosses. In another match, he had 8. In another match, he had 2. So which number do you want to take? So, okay. And we have this DLP role in the middle. You can play him as a DM. It still works almost the same way. And then you read another article, you watch another game, you see all these 3 central midfielders all playing really close together. Then you watch another game and the DLP and the CM role acts like a double pivot. So, go figure. So here, I adapt. So we also want to create a tactic because Sarri's system really overloads on one side. There's a lot of positional football in Sarri's system, right? He presses high up the pitch. They play with a high defensive line. They play with an offside trap. They are also vulnerable. They use a lot. They use dribbles. Yes, that's for sure. Players dribble with the ball. Some of them do. Insignia dribbles with the ball. Hamsik sometimes dribbles with the ball. And they've got Kalayon. Sometimes he acts like a classical winger. Sometimes he acts like a Ramdota. Sometimes he attacks space. Sometimes he crosses. Sometimes he scores. So we are trying to achieve all that too. And trust me, it's not that easy. So we've come up with this system, and I'm kind of okay with it. Except I would have loved this guy to have higher dribbling. He's only got 10 and he's playing in this role. I got no other player I can put here. And he's playing in my Hamsik role. And I want him to dribble, but he can't. So ideally, if he could dribble inside here, we'd create even more headaches for teams. Now, the other problem for me with this replication was emotions. Yes, I get emotionally sentimental. Check out this game. This was a brilliant game. We started out. We took the lead from Marcio Agostino. So here I had to rest a couple of players because we got a Champions League game against Monaco coming up. So we rested František Hajek. We rested we rested one or two players in this match. Zuniga was rested as well. And then Agostino scored in the 8th minute. I was like, okay, this is good. We're doing well. Okay, then I started looking at his numbers. He was hitting like numbers like 8.1, 8.2. And it was only in the first half. And I was like, oh my God, can he go to 9? And remember, I want to try and develop my youth. So I'm trying to develop him. And I'm all excited. And then I see him getting skinned once. And I go, no. I'm going to leave him on the pitch. And then I see Olmedo miss the ball once. Miss an interception once. No, I love Olmedo. He's got to play. My head is watching Agostino getting skinned again because he's playing here as a left back. He gets skinned one more time. I'm going, no. He won't make the mistake again. Then I see Olmedo is playing here, the Hamsik role. He loses the ball again. I'm like, no, it's okay. He'll get it right. I like him. I want him to do well. We are 3-1 up at the end of halftime. Okay. Start of the second half. My head is telling me, sub off Agostino, take off Olmedo, bring on two more, defensive-minded players. No, I don't listen to my head. And Olmedo's mistake cost us Henry Goosen. He repeated the same mistake. I saw it twice in the first half. He did one more in the third half. It became a goal. Carlo Gatti scored a goal because my fullback got skinned a third time and he dropped in a cross at the far post for Gatti to score. So, yes, I ended up paying the price. So sometimes you can't be too sentimental. The strategy we approached with this game was correct. We started on standard. We scored a goal. And then I started noticing the tempo had changed. Chelsea was trying to get a goal back. And they were starting to, push up higher. And at that point I decided, okay, fine, I really have to up my game as well. So we went to control flexible. At that point, we grabbed 2 goals because the score by then was 2-1. We grabbed 2 goals with 10 minutes to go in the first half because that was my plan. Towards the end of the first half, we're going to hit them and then we're going to start thinking about solidifying the second half. In the second half, I forgot my plan. I became sentimental and it screwed up. So that winning run came to an end, and this is one of the downsides. And I do like the Sari system. I like this system, but it's now time to look at another system. Yes, Burtko has from our Discord channel, he's submitted this tactic, which looks so much more. It looks a bit like my Sari system. He's got a roaming playmaker here on support, which is very interesting. Sounds like Hamsik, doesn't it? We got CM on attack. Now, these 2 roles here are my problems. This is not a Sari replication. This is his own tactic. And he's created, he's got a CM on attack, a roaming playmaker, an attacking playmaker, a round outer, and a CF on support. Now, whenever I create a tactic, I'm always thinking about triangularization, okay? Meaning creating triangular passing patterns and overloads. So I'm asking myself, how am I going to keep the ball? Well, it looks very apparent it's going to be kept on the left-hand side. We're hoping for a punch from here with 2 guys attacking this way. Could work. This is going to be has got to be a hell of a defender, defensive midfielder, and this is going to be one hell of this. My 2 best players are going to be here, and I don't have that option like 2 best players. And Colado can't play because he's injured. So this is not a bad tactic. I mean, my head says it's not a bad, but then I'm looking at all these. He's got shoot less, dribble less, few risky passes, cross, aim for up post, and stay wider. All right, so I can see why, because he wants, these 2 guys are attacking, he wants the crosses to go there. It makes a lot of sense. 2 defenders are doing bugger all. And then shoot less, dribble less, pass it shorter, few risky passes. Okay, we keep the passing simple around here. This guy pass it shorter. This guy shoot less, more direct, more risky, and close down much more. Okay, this is the only issue I have. This is a roaming playmaker, so he's going to be creating opportunities. You're asking him to close down much more? I don't know. Close down more, maybe. Close down much more, he may not even be in the right place when you do win the ball. Collado, another guy, closes down, dribble less, so he's basically a surging central midfielder, attacking space. Okay. Interesting. And then we've got this guy, tackle harder, more direct, close down much more, as an attacking playmaker on support. Okay, so we got direct passes here. This is, I think you've been watching one of my videos where I talk about creating unique passing patterns. So we've got one guy who's doing direct passes. I'll assume he's only going this way. Now here we have a very interesting role called a centre forward and support, the complete forward support. The reason why I call it interesting is because of his play instructions. It's got hold, dribble more risky passes, and over. There are two instructions here that require a lot of decision making. Hold up ball and dribble more. When does he? So this guy has to be smart enough to know when to hold up the ball, smart enough to know when he should be dribbling, and smart enough to know when he should be making those risky passes and when he should be roaming. This is one of those roles I'm very wary about using unless I have a decent player. Because if I have a good player, it will absolutely destroy the opposition because it's one of the better striker roles in the game. And then we've got Rambrata. Dribble less, tackle harder, close down much more. Fairly interesting. Now, this is a very attacking setup. He's got pass into space, play out defense fairly wide. Not bad. Pretty interesting setup. And we're gonna be using this tactic in our next game against I think it's gonna be against the Eagles. We're playing against the Eagles, and I'm hoping we get a chance to really, really use that tactic very well. Meanwhile, let me just kick Germano in the ass. At the moment, we're sitting pretty. 10 goals in 10 appearances for Zé Gomez. František Hajek, a player who was brought into a long time ago. I just think that he's a decent fullback, but he's turned out to be a pretty good fullback now. And we're gonna use this tactic. And there are some slight issues with team selection. Collado won't be able to play. There are some issues with our team selection. Collado won't be able to play. He's injured. And we don't have another central defender. We've loaned our central defenders out. And I'm kind of crazy in that way. We just need these players. It should be enough. Well, for the match against Crystal Palace, we're traveling away from home, playing control, structured, pass into space with these shouts, and we don't have a Collado at 100%, so we'll have to be careful in this match. We're looking pretty okay. I'm just gonna start the match and see how we do against Crystal Palace, traveling away, and they're 8th on the table. That's not too bad. This is gonna be kind of challenging. Interesting thing is gonna be how this player reacts, because he's got a PPM that makes him drop deep, and our opposition instructions are still set up the way they normally set up. I haven't changed my opposition instructions. They still play the same way. I haven't touched these players. These are hard tackle, and this guy's been tight marked. So here we go. The match is underway. We're watching the match on extended highlights. Defensive is the formation that they have, the mentality that they have decided to use. Where's my action zones? I'm a bit slow today. Yes, and there they are. I need to see this. Okay, Zé Gomez or Lopez. Now, I don't think Burtko means this to be a replication. It's just a 4-3-3, and I want to give this 4-3-3 a go. He's playing on control structure, so I do expect the flanks to close on early in terms of defending. Okay, and we're playing against a defensive 4-1-2-3, so they should be quite narrow in the defense. Germano with the free kick. He's back in the side, and he fires it in. Actually, I might use this tactic. I'm tempted to use this tactic for the rest of the season because I can fit Germano, Olmedo, Lopez all into the same system. It's like, thank you very much. Germano with a fantastic free kick. Now, he's in my system here, Germano doesn't have a tackling bone in his body, so he's playing as a CMA. Can't really dribble as much. Pipoli to Germano. Germano gets in. Jackman. Oh, that was a fantastic opportunity. Nice. I like the way the tactics are playing out. Hajek. I have not changed your corner routines either, so these are your corner routines. So the only thing that is different in your tactic compared to the way I'm playing it. The only thing different is I don't know if you use opposition instructions, but I'm using opposition instructions to put pressure on the final third. So that's the only thing I'm doing different. And what I'm looking out for is whether your system is overloading down one side to create opportunities for the two. Not really seeing a lot of it at the moment. So we'll see how it go. We'll see how it goes. Probably down to the fact we'll have to see how Hajek is doing. Germano with the free kick. I mean, we can still get that fullback on attack to create those kind of opportunities where he's over, he's drilling crosses to the far post. I think we can still do that. But a lot of the action is coming down our right. Jackman to, oh my goodness, that was like a ping pong attempt. Zuniga to Webster. Webster to Germano. Germano out to Lopez. Lopez looks for our friend Jackman. Lopez again. Yeah, Lopez to Borthwick Jackson to Webster. To Alper Kuchika. To Germano. Back to Webster to Jackman. Jackman to Lopez. This is a chance here finally. Hajek is free. Yeah, if I can see how it could work if you're camping or you're getting a lot of chances to build something up in the opponent's half, then that player could really give you some good assists. Our player at the moment, he's not the world's best at crossing. Pipoli puts the ball into the box. Hajek again passes it to Jackman. Lopez again. Hajek is inside the box. Can't cross it. Gets it to Lopez. Germano. Jackman. Builds it. Zuniga. Ooh. Good pressure on Crystal Palace. Pipoli. What a corner routine. Lopez. Ooh. Roaming playmaker, central midfield on attack. I'm not too uncomfortable with my central midfielder on attack because Julian Germano comes deep to get the ball PPM. So, okay. That's perfectly okay for us. Because he helps with transitions. Pipoli, free kick into the box. Jackman, it's a penalty. All that pressure inside Crystal Palace's half has paid off, and we've gotten ourselves a penalty and the chance to double the lead. Pipo, I have not set my scores. That's good enough for me. I don't even know who my set piece takers are in my setup. I haven't set them for the season. I don't know who's good at penalty taking. I usually never. I mean, honestly, my personal saves maybe. If I'm like really looking to create like that 500, I mean, I want a player to retire with 400 career league goals. Yeah, then I would. Holden. Okay, plays the ball and to Roberts. I do like the fact that you're playing on control and you're playing on structured. Definitely. I mean, it's because when you have a structured shape, you have such divergences in mentality that you can create a lot of nice attacking patterns if you use pass into space. Well, there's really nothing much to say. Alper Kucheka to Hajek. Hajek plays a simple pass to Jackman to Lopez. Lopez to Germano. Germano, he couldn't get it to Zé Gomez. Borthwick Jackson to Webster. Now my only concern is my CF on support. Maybe you have a very good player who's a CF. My guys, they very either DLF on support or F9s because they don't handle so many instructions very well because they don't have very good decision making as strikers. So looking at Zé Gomez 6.6, I'm gonna try something. We're in the second half and we could afford to because we've got a really big match coming up. I'm gonna be using this tactic against Manchester United. So I want to try just something different. Okay, Okay, we're gonna ask you to sit here so I can release this guy late. It becomes more like a camping tactic. But we still have the option of going down and hitting them between the lines, and these guys might attack. And then I'm just gonna remove pass into space. I'm gonna squish it up slightly, and see how we play against them. I'm only curious because I want to know if shit hits the fan. Yeah, that's the things. These are the things I do to see whether you get, if you lose control of midfield, whether there are any other highlights. Because I'm interested to see whether I want to see if we get different kinds of highlights. Germano with the free kick, because we're playing against Manchester United, and I definitely want to have some options. Kevin Jackman's at 59, so we're going to take him off now. And I'm going to bring on Abel Collado, because Jackman looks like he doesn't have anything left. Borthwick plays it out to Lopez. Lopez tries to cross that. Get ourselves a corner. Alright, work ball into box. We go, yeah, fairly wide. That's cool. Okay. Oh no, I still want to make a change. Olmedo for. I will leave Germano there. Right. So we're just changing, adding work ball into box. I want to see whether how the game changes if I want to go and try and camp against another team and try and break them down. Because I would reckon that there are enough roles in here for you to move the ball around quite a lot anyway, so why not? Wing back on support. Yeah, this is experimental. I'm going all experimental. I just want to look for things in this game. That's what I normally do in a game. If I have a nice 2-goal lead, I'll just make small little tweaks. I am actually putting more players in midfield by these duties, so I can keep the ball a bit more effectively as well. So you see where my wing back on support is right now. So he's going to be quite high up. He's going to be high up the pitch, but he's not going to be like overcommitted. Alper Kuchika does well. Gets it to Germano. Germano to Collado to Lopez. Lopez to Germano. There, my fullback on support is already gone up. Lopez. Ooh, that would have been such a sweet goal if Lopez could have hit that down into the path of the other player in the team that I can't even tell who the hell that was. Germano to Zuniga. Back to Collado. Collado to Lopez. Lopez holds it up. Gets it to Zé Gomez. Zé Gomez back to Lopez. Lopez to Collado. Collado to Germano. Germano to Pipoli. Back to Germano. Okay. Germano with a free kick. Now Gloucester City comfortably 2-0 ahead against Crystal Palace. Hajek wins that. Gets it to Collado. Collado to Germano. Because I'm trying also to create like a second variation or a few variations as in options in how we're going to score goals. So what I see from this tactic is that we only have one at the moment, which is with the fullback, the wing back getting up. And just now we only had, with the tactic, we only really had one highlight where we saw that happening. So I want to create other options in the game. So how would I do that? Well, okay, I just changed the tactics slightly. Some roles and duties, the F9 drops deep or the DLF will drop deep, and they'll try and bring others into play. We'll be camping and we'll be looking for opportunities by moving the ball around. Sterling, he's not going to get anywhere with that. So Gloucester City, yeah, easing their way past Crystal Palace. Germano, Tierney, Morris. Yep, that's it. Gloucester City have beaten Crystal Palace 2-0. It's not a bad tactic. Thank you. Let's look at the key pass combinations. All right, Crystal Palace still could build up a lot of plays. That's the interesting thing. We have, as I would have expected, a lot of key pass combinations are happening here. 105 for Kevin Jackman. That's a heck of a lot of key pass combinations. 22, 98. You can see the two players here. There's 105 here. There's about 98 here. There's probably a ton, 81 on the left as well. And defenders are playing a big part in key pass combination. 48 on one defender, 46. So you can see the left side. Germano, you see how dominant the key pass. This is the only thing I don't like. See, the fact that Zé Gomez, for a large part of the game, was playing as a centre forward. He wasn't really part of the whole thing. You know, he wasn't dropping deep and, you know, bringing players into the final third. This is what I did notice. So we had a lot of the ball moving sideways, and then you can see the shots on goal, the shots on target, they were all from range. Half of the ones off target, all from range. We get 2 goals. One was actually I think a penalty. The other one was a free kick. So we didn't. I want to create more movement around the box so I can get a varied type range of goals, because this is against Crystal Palace. Against United, maybe this tactic could really work very well, because United are probably going to give us more space. But Crystal Palace, they don't want to give up a lot of space. So I would need to do something a bit more creative to unlock them. And well, thanks for sending the tactic. We will do a variation of this tactic in the next show. If you want to send in your tactics, usual places, drop me a link below. Let me know where they are, and I will get back to you. Once again, thanks for supporting the channel, and to all my patrons, you make this kind of shows very possible for the rest of the community. You guys take care and have a good one. I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.